everyone, how's it going today? Today I'm experimenting in the kitchen. I've got some homemade yogurt that we made here, and for some reason this batch kind of turned yeasty. We're not really sure what happened there. Got some different bacteria in it, and so we're going to use that to try and make a homemade gluten-free bread. So I mixed up some dough with just 2 cups of the cup for cup gluten-free multi-purpose flour mix that we use, and about a cup of our yeasty yogurt. And I'm going to go ahead and proof it in my Instant Pot, and we'll see how it turns out. Okay, so here's what the flour looks like. And so 2 cups of the gluten-free flour mix with a cup of my yogurt. Just used my KitchenAid with the bread mixer hook, and I mixed it up till it made a soft dough. And it's soft, it's not too sticky. And so we're gonna get it going in the Instant Pot here. We'll get it proofing in there. Okay, so we have an 8-quart Instant Pot duo. And since I don't want the bread to stick to the inside of it, I just put a little bit of olive oil and then shake it around in there. And so this is our Instant Pot. And when I'm proofing bread, I just press the keep warm button. This is set to 10 minutes, it's set to 10 hours, which is more than we need. Okay. So I'm going to start with like 1 hour for the first proofing, and then we're going to just see how that goes. Okay, so we've got our bread dough. I'm just going to go and plop it in there. It's a small little ball. And I'll get it all, put it in the middle, and then we can just watch how it grows over the, after 1 hour. Okay, I'm going to put the lid on. You don't have to seal the lid or anything because you're not actually pressure cooking. So just lock it on there, but don't worry about the vent. It can be open or closed, it doesn't matter. And it's going to start counting for us. The Instant Pot has beeped, so we're going to open it. It's been 1 hour, and looks like it grew a little bit. It's very soft. So I'm actually going to take it out, and we're going to knead it on this board over here. It was a little bit too warm. It's sticking to the bottom a little bit. So, okay. So I think I just had a little bit too much oil in the bottom, because what happened is some of it stuck and kind of burned. It was a little bit too warm. But for the most part, this looks great. I'm going to knead it a little bit. We're going to get a little bit more flour in it, and then we're going to let it rise again. Okay, so we're just going to add a little bit of flour to the top. Just sprinkle it in there. This is, just a big spoon. You don't want it to get too dry, and you don't want it to be too sticky. And you're just going to knead it in, back and forth, and just make another little dough ball. So this is going to need a little bit more flour. And this is, just an experiment, so there's no real recipe for this one. We're just trying it out today and see how it goes. Okay, there's a little bit more crunchy piece in here from the Instant Pot. I'm going to take that out. Some of the burned parts that stuck to the bottom. Okay. So that's pretty good. See, it's not too sticky. It's not really sticking to me, but it's soft and able to make a dough ball. All right, I'm going to stick it back in the Instant Pot. I'm going to do 30 minutes on a second rise. So since I had some of the oil and dough hardened on the bottom, I'm going to just take a regular old tea towel and wipe it out. There's still a little bit of oil in here. I'm just going to make sure that nothing else sticks to the bottom on this second rise. So here you can see the size of the dough ball in my hand. It's pretty heavy. It's probably like 3 pounds by now. And I'm just going to plop it back in there again. We're going to keep it on warm again. And this time, there's 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Okay, I'm going to close the lid. And it's all set to go. Okay, so the bread is proofing in the Instant Pot for its second rise, and I'm going to go ahead and preheat the oven to 450 degrees. and I'm gonna bake it in a cast iron skillet because I don't have a Dutch oven. A Dutch oven would be best, but I'm gonna stick this cast iron skillet into the oven to preheat for the 25 minutes until that bread is done. Okay, so the Instant Pot only has a couple of minutes left. I preheated the oven to 450 degrees with this cast iron skillet in it. It's very hot, so I'm gonna add some butter to it and get it seasoned and ready to go for the bread. Just gonna put about 2 tablespoons. Let it melt in there. And this is just store-bought salted butter. We haven't made butter from our cow milk yet because we don't have a proper cream separator. Any second now. Alright, we're going to go ahead and open this up. Take a peek at our dough. There it is. Lid on there. So beautiful, nice, soft dough ball. I'm going to just plop this into the pan with the butter. We're going to get it covered with some foil so that the lid doesn't keep it from rising because it's pretty narrow with the lid on. So we're going to cover it with foil so it has a little bit of room for the bread to rise up and bake. Okay, we've got the bread in the pan. You can hear it sizzling. It's hot, it's ready to go. We're going to get some foil and get it in the oven. Alright, so I've got the pan covered in foil. The pan is really hot still. I'm going to stick it in the oven so it's at 450 degrees and we're going to bake it for 45 minutes. And then we're going to take the foil off and let it finish browning for probably an extra 10 minutes. But we'll see what it looks like in 45 minutes. Okay, so our bread's been baking for 45 minutes now. That is the timer. I'm going to take it out. We're going to remove the foil, check on it, see how it's doing. Okay, we're going to set this up here. And get this foil off. Oh, so foil stuck a little bit. The top, that's not too bad. That bread is looking good. We're gonna bake it for another 10 minutes, maybe 15. And so we will see how it looks then. Okay, so we ended up doing the bread for an extra 15 minutes in the oven. And it looks really brown and toasty. I'm gonna go ahead and take it out. We'll get it plated and we'll show you how it looks. All right, here is our gluten-free yogurt bread. It just is hot out of the oven. You can see it's still sizzling. It's in the cast iron skillet. So it baked for 45 minutes covered with foil and an additional 15 minutes without foil, uncovered. It looks absolutely beautiful. This was just an experiment, and we had some yogurt, homemade raw milk yogurt that we made from our fresh cow milk, and it kind of had a yeasty smell, so we wanted to see if we could mix it with some gluten-free flour and make some bread, and it looks pretty successful so far. We'll do the taste test in a bit. Okay, so next time we might do it 10 minutes extra because look at the bottom. The bottom is like totally black. But the bread is still really soft, so I'm confident that's still going to taste good. So just something to keep an eye out if you do attempt it. Pay attention to the bottom as well. Maybe lower the temperature to 425, but we do have a nice outer crust on top. We're going to see how it tastes. Alright, let's go ahead and cut this open and see what it looks like inside. It's still hot, but you want to usually let it rest for like 10 minutes before you cut it. We're just a little anxious here. I have to cut through the bottom crust because it burned on the bottom. Not bad. Pretty soft inside. Maybe could have baked it at a lower temperature for a little bit longer so it wouldn't burn on the bottom and the inside could get a little bit more done, but it's pretty good. It's soft and squishy, and I think when it cools off it'll look nice. Okay, so I just went outside, got some fresh air. It's a beautiful day. And I'm going to taste this bread that we just got out of the oven. It's cooled off a little bit. And you can tell it does have a couple of little bit of holes in it, and it's not bad. It smells really good. Almost like a sourdough. Not a true sourdough, but I bet you it's going to be very close to one. So yeah, this is really good. Very soft in the middle, crunchy outside. It's like perfect for what you would want as a sourdough. It's really interesting. So simple ingredients. We use gluten-free flour, measure to measure, the King Arthur brand, and yogurt that for some reason when I strained it kind of smelled a little yeasty. I did some research online. Actually, you can just use regular yogurt even if it's not yeasty smelling. So definitely recommend it though. Very cool homemade bread. Let me know if you guys try it. Thanks.